3, 4.
I lost my job, I lost my home, I lost everything that I ever owned. I found myself living a life I didn't choose. That's when I became the poster child for the blues. I never thought I'd fall so far down without any way to turn it all around. I hit rock bottom with nothing left to lose. So I became the poster child for the blues. Here we go! I'll end up, ain't nobody knows. It's just me and my traveling clothes. There's no guarantee when you're just paying dues. That's how I became the poster child for the blues. We're gonna take it home now. Good evening. Welcome to our live stream right here from Centurion Sound Studio. We're bringing you this show in conjunction with ZAM Entertainment, and we're going to spend a little time with you tonight sharing some songs. We've been looking forward to this, and we hope you will enjoy every minute of it. So we'll start out one of the songs that we recorded on our latest album, Rock and Roll Days. And this album's done really great for us. It was a Grammy contender. And this song goes way back to my childhood. It's one of my favorites. Hey, get a rhythm when you get the blues. Come on, get a rhythm. When you get the blues, a little rock and roll feeling in your bones, put taps on your toes and get gone, get a rhythm. When you get the blues, a little shoe-shine boy never get low down. He's got the dirtiest job around, bending low with the people speed on a windy corner on a dirty street. Anyone asks, will you shine my shoes? How to keep from getting the blues? Grinned as he raised his little head, popped the shoe-shine rag. That boy said, get a rhythm. When you get the blues, come on, get a rhythm. When you get the blues, it only costs a dime, just a nickel a shoe. Does $1 million worth of good for you, get a rhythm. When you get the blues, yeah! Hey, get a rhythm. When you get the blues, come on, get a rhythm. When you get the blues, a little jumpy rhythm make you feel so fine. Shake the trouble from your worried mind, get a rhythm. When you get the blues, Well, I sat and listened to the shoe shine boy. I said I was gonna jump for joy. Slap on the shoe polish left and right. Took the shoe shine rag, he held it tight. Then stopped for once to wipe the sweat away. He said, I'm not a little boy to be a working that way. He said I like it with a big wide grin. He kept popping and said it again. Get a rhythm. When you get the blues, come on, get a rhythm. When you get the blues, a little rock and roll feeling in your bones. Put taps on your toes and get gone, get a rhythm. When you get the blues. Get rhythm, written by John R. Cash, and always a favorite of Johnny Cash fans. We haven't been able to do our Evening of Johnny Cash music shows this year, but hopefully if things get better, we'll be able to be out there with our friends the Bluebillies and get some of that great Johnny Cash music out there for you. Well, 1968 was a big year for me. Had my first single recording, and it did fairly well enough to get me as an opening act on the Johnny Cash show. And it was called Hey, Hey, Mama. I hope some of you remember this. Hey, hey, Mama, when you want your boy, I ain't gonna be around. My bags are packed and my mind's made up. I'm headed for some other town. Now don't cry, Mama, this is not the end. I'll be well taken care of by my uptown friends, and I'll drop you a note every now and then. I ain't gonna be around. Mama, when you want your boy, I ain't gonna be around. When I get back, I'll be a real big wheel, not just some other local clown. I got places to go, things to do. So long, Mama, it's goodbye to you. You better pray that the mail gets through, 'cause I ain't gonna be around. No, I ain't gonna be around. Hey, hey, Mama. Well, in '68, with the record going well, we did our first tour, and we played in Vermont, northern New York, worked our way back to Washington, D.C. And when we played near Burlington, Vermont, the night after the show, we were invited out to WVMT to be guests on the Ernie Farrar show. And Ernie's watching tonight, and Ernie will remember this probably better than anyone. We were kind of amazed because it was getting close to midnight, and there was an engineer there. He made sure the mics, the whole thing was just perfect for us to perform live on the air. And after our show, Ernie gave me some kind of one-liners about this man and his dedication to the radio station. And so Ernie helped me write my second single release, which we called An Ode to Bertus Dean. I work each day as a DJ on a radio station. Since I've been here, I've come to revere a man who won my admiration. He's the chief engineer at the station here, best you've ever seen. Leads a life of dedication to our radio station. His name is Bertus Dean. Bertus Dean. Bertus Dean. He gets up in the morning before sunrise. Bertus Dean. Bertus Dean. He's still there when we sign off past midnight. Now he often comes back on his day off to relax, to fix the Coke machine. Just his way to make a check for the day and see if he can help me. He's no longer young, but when there's work to be done, he's always first in line. I'm telling you, every word of this is true. Bertus Dean is a friend of mine. Bertus Dean. Bertus Dean. He gets up in the morning before sunrise. Bertus Dean. Bertus Dean. He's still there when we sign off past midnight. Thank you. That is a true story, and a great man, Bertus Dean. And a little while after the record was out, we did a big show out in Williston, Vermont, with RCA Victor artist Scotty Stevenson and the Canadian Nighthawks, and Bert was there, and he had a wonderful time signing those 45 RPM records for the people, and that was a big night for Bert. We're glad we could make it happen. Well, right now, I think I should introduce the people who are working with me tonight. And let's start over on my right. Fantastic musician. Playing bass for us tonight, would you make welcome Joe Benevento. Next to Joe, my immediate right. The man that holds down the keys for us, would you make welcome Keith Woodard. Back on the drums, the mighty man of rock and roll. This is his 21st year, looking at the backside of me, and that's Mark Shalonis. On my far left, the young lady that sings harmony with me. She's been with us a long time, and we're glad she is. Make welcome my daughter-in-law, Hillary Wendell. Last but not least, on lead guitar, the young man that produces recordings for me, writes songs with me, keeps me on the road. This is my son, Sean Wendell. Normal concert, Sean opens up and does some fine songs, so we didn't want you to miss out on that tonight. Would you make welcome now, Sean Wendell?
Blue moon, blue moon, blue moon, keep a shining bright. Blue moon, keep on a shining bright. You're gonna bring me back my baby tonight. Blue moon, keep a shining bright. I said, blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gonna left me blue. I said, blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gone and left me blue. It was on a moonlit night, the stars shining bright. Whisper on high, love said goodbye. Blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gone and left me blue. Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gonna left me blue. I said, blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gone and left me blue. It was on a moonlit night, stars shining bright. Whisper on high, love said goodbye. Blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gone and left me blue. It was on a moonlit night, the stars shining bright. Whisper on high, love said goodbye. Blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining. Shine on the one that's gone and left me blue. Shine on the one that's gone and left me blue.
Thank you, Sean Wendell. Right now I'm going to ask Hillary to help me with a song. And this is something from many, many years ago. We did an experimental album called Over the Edge. And this is one of the songs I wrote for that album. But it certainly, I think, has a good message that still resonates today, maybe even more so than the time when I wrote it. And it's called Builder of Bridges.
It's so hard to figure out the road that you should take.
Things that you should do, or the choices you should make.
The answers don't come easy when you're living day to day.
Here's a bit of my advice to help you on your way. Be a builder of bridges,
Builder of bridges,
a planter of
and a
seeds,
planter of seeds.
love without condition,
Without condition.
share with those in need. Be strong but be gentle,
Strong but be gentle.
always speak honestly.
Always speak honestly.
Be a builder of bridges
Builder of bridges.
and a planter of seeds.
You have to make the journey even when it don't make sense.
And you're wondering what's been happening in a strange turn of events.
Remembering the people and the places that you've
gotta try again. Be a builder of bridges, and a planter of seeds. Love without condition, share with those in need. This the wrong but the gentle, always speak honestly. Be a builder of bridges, and a planter of seeds. Be a builder of bridges, and a planter of seeds. Love without condition, share with those in need. It's the wrong but the gentle, always speak honestly. Be a builder of bridges, and a planter of seeds. Marty Wendell, thank you. Thank you so much. Well, we'll go back to Rock and Roll Days, an album that was a celebration of the music of Sun Records. We did some of the great Sun classics, and then we did some of the rockabilly that we've written. And we're going to do one of those right now. In fact, I think we'll do a couple. And the first one goes way back to the early 1950s when I was very young. Saturday morning was all about watching the TV cowboys. We watched shows by Roy Rogers, Gene Autry, Tex Ritter, all of those great Western stars. And got thinking about that whole thing, and I wrote this song. In the desert is only a mirage, held hostage in a nightmare as the sheriff of Dodge. The outlaw stole my water, my 6-gun and my horse, left me on that burning sand to die out there, of course. And that's what I get for watching all those Western movies for endless hours in my childhood days. The good guys wore white hats, they saved the day in nothing flat, and then off into the sunset rode away. Well, there somehow I found myself stuck out on the range. I was lost inside a bad dream, and it was so really strange that those films from years ago were playing in my mind. Could I have been a hero in that wild western time? And that's what I get for watching all those western movies for endless hours in my childhood days. The good guys wore white hats, played the day in nothing flat, and then off into the sunset rode away. And that's what I get for watching all those Western movies for endless hours in my childhood days. The good guys wore white hats, they saved the day in nothing flat, and then off into the sunset rode away. But that's what I get for watching all those Western movies for endless hours in my childhood days. The good guys wore white hats, they saved the day in nothing flat, and then off into the sunset rode away. Yes, off into the sunset rode away. Happy trails to you. Thank you, Western movies. We'd like to do the title song to the album Rock and Roll Days. And we wrote this song about those great artists in those early years who, long before there were tour buses and Learjets and five-star hotels, they traveled the country over in the big old Cadillacs. And that got them there and brought the music to the people. And they probably didn't even make that much money by today's standards, but they were all about sharing the music. So this song is a tribute to those great artists. We drive all night in a Cadillac with a big bass fiddle tied on the rack. There always was some other town to play. Now that's the way it was back in the rock and roll days. We played fire halls and high school gyms. We'd end our show with some gospel hymns, and the crowd would chat as we left the stage. And that's the way it was back in the rock and roll days. The way it was back then, it won't ever be again. But we got a lot of memories that we made along the way. We'd hear our song on the radio, and the DJ talking about our last show, and how he believed we'd hit it big someday. That's the way it was back in the rock and roll days. The way it was back then, it won't ever be again. So we got a lot of memories that we made along the way. We'd hear our song on the radio, that DJ talking about our last show, and how he believed we'd hit it big someday. That's the way it was back in the rock and roll days. That's the way it was back in the rock and roll days. Rock and roll days, and so they were. The other rockabilly album that we did that really did well for us was an album called Rockabilly Heart. And it was songs that I wrote about growing up at the birth of rock and roll. And one of the songs that I wrote for that album was about the classic car of the 1950s, the 57 Chevy. And if you go to the car shows today, they're always one of the cars that people go and try to find and get a chance to actually see one up close. And this song continues to be downloaded on Apple Music and most of the digital sites, and probably our most downloaded song. And we'll share it with you tonight when we're live in front of you, we ask you to yell back at us in the chorus when I sing 57 Chevy. If you're not embarrassed and you're sitting home, you're welcome to do it, and we'll all celebrate that great car. I remember the day old Hudson Hornet did the dust. The motor blew out and the body had turned to rust. A 57 Chevy was the only car I could trust. I went downtown where I'd seen one on the lot. It was bright and shiny, faster than I ever thought. Had to be the coolest thing I ever bought. It was a 57 Chevy, 57 Chevy, 57 Chevy, 57 Chevy. That 57 Chevy was the best car I ever drove. Sean gonna drive it. Here's Keith for you. Well, I still think about that old car now and then. I can never remember all of the places we've been. And I would give anything to ride that old Chevy again. It was a 57 Chevy, 57 Chevy. I said a 57 Chevy, 57 Chevy. That 57 Chevy was the best car I ever drove. Easy now, a 57 Chevy, 57 Chevy. 57 Chevy, 57 Chevy. That 57 Chevy was the best car I ever drove. It's a 57 Chevy, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. That's always a fun song. And speaking of fun songs, we got another one that we really like having people help us with. And this is another one from Rock and Roll Days. And of course, these albums you can find if you like a CD, CD Baby, or you can go to any of the digital sites, Apple Music, Rhapsody. You can hear them on Spotify, and you can get these albums to have in your collection, and we sure appreciate it when you do that. So here's one more from the Rock and Roll Days album, and it's a song with a title that says exactly what we do. It's I Wanna Rock and Roll. I don't want to work in a factory making cars. I don't want to go to Hollywood with all the movie stars. There's just one thing I want to do. I want to rock and roll with you. I want to rock.
I wanna rock.
I want to roll.
I wanna roll.
I want to rock.
I wanna rock.
I want to roll.
I wanna roll.
I just want to sing from the bottom of my soul. I want to rock and roll. Here's Keith. He's going to rock and roll for you. I don't want to be a cop out on the beat. I don't want to drive no taxi cab out there in the street. Just one thing I want to do. I want to rock and roll with you. I want to rock.
I wanna rock,
I want to roll.
I wanna roll,
I want to rock.
wanna rock,
I want to roll.
I wanna roll.
I just want to sing from the bottom of my soul. I want to rock and roll. Ladies and gentlemen, Sean Wendell. I don't want to sell insurance on TV. I don't want to be no lumberjack cutting down a tree. There's just one thing I want to do. I want to rock and roll with you. I want to rock.
I wanna rock,
I want to roll.
I wanna roll,
I want to rock.
I wanna rock,
I want to roll.
I wanna roll.
I just want to sing from the bottom of my soul. I want to rock and roll. I want to rock and roll. And speaking of wanting to rock and roll, we're working on some album projects that we're very excited about. The first for our next release will be an album that's going to be called Risky Business. And this is a country Americana album that's being produced in Nashville by none other than Chris Scruggs. And we're real excited to be working with Chris. And we're going to have some guest artists on the album. And we think this will be something a little bit different, but hopefully something you'll enjoy a whole lot. And at the same time, we've begun work on another rockabilly album, which will be called View from the Rumble Seat. And this, again, is an album that will have some of the original rockabilly that we write and record. And we're going to do the song that inspired the title. That's a song Sean wrote the music, I wrote the words, and we call it the Rumble Seat Rock. My uncle's old roadster had a rumble seat. Man, that car was really neat. He'd drive me to school for the record high, where we dance all night to the rumble seater rock. All my friends, they were jealous of my cool cat ride. Parked out front on the street outside, the crowd would gather halfway around the block, while we danced all night to the rumble seater rock. The rumble seater rock, it came and went. It was the best of times that we ever spent. Now it's just a memory that I can't forget. I do it again, you sure can bet. I hope you listen when you hear me talk. You just can't beat the rumble seater rock. Sean's gonna do it right now. The rumble seater rock, it came and went. It was the best of times that we ever spent. And now it's just a memory that I can't forget. I do it again, you sure can bet. I hope you listen when you hear me talk. You just can't beat the rumble Cedar Rock. No, you just can't beat the rumble Cedar Rock. Rumble Cedar Rock, that is going to be a new one. And we'll do one more from the Rock and Roll Days album, which song we've had around for a while because we have a lot of fun with it. In 2002, I went down to Memphis, Tennessee, and recorded in the legendary Sound Studio. And when we weren't working on the recording, we spent a lot of time on Beale Street, and Beale Street, of course, is the home of the blues. So when I got back, I just had this kind of thing that I ought to give myself a shot at writing a blues song. And this is the one we did. It's called the Fleabag Blues. My suitcase seemed so heavy, my room was on the 7th floor. Yeah, my suitcase seemed so heavy, my room was on the 7th floor. And when I got into that hotel, my 2 feet were tired and sore. So I called out for the bellhop, he was not in sight. Hey, then I called out for the bellhop, but he was nowhere in sight. And I needed to be sleeping, but nothing seemed to turn out right. I finally found my room. The bed was like a stone. Well, then I finally found my room. The bed was like a stone. That Sandman couldn't help me to rest my weary bones. Now the moral of this story is be very careful where you stay. Hey, now the moral of my story is be very careful where you stay. Or you will wind up in some flea bag. That's the price you're gonna pay. Play the blues. Oh, Keith, take a time. Fleabag Blues. There we go, the Fleabag Blues. Well, one of the other things we did on the Rock and Roll Days album was we included some bonus tracks. And one of them was a radio spot from 1968 that Johnny Cash did with me when I was an opening act to help me promote Hey Hey Mama. And the second one was a song that I wrote that Johnny Cash gave me the title for. And he did that in a dream. But in the dream I promised him I'd write the song. And after thinking about it a while, I know it was only a dream, but I thought I should really do it. And the title he gave me was Teardrops of Gold. I often think of the morning that my mother died. No words could explain the pain I was feeling inside. She'd spent her life caring for all of the people she loved. With a part of me missing, I knew she would watch from above. And the angels cried teardrops, teardrops of gold that flowed like a river to carry her soul. I heard on the news that my childhood hero was gone. John had grown weaker, sickness had taken him down. He had touched me so deeply that my life was never the same. I still sing his songs so the world will remember his name. And the angels cry teardrops, teardrops of gold that flowed like a river to carry his soul. Now that day will come when it's my time to follow the high. The race will be over when I reach that last finish line. I'll leave behind songs, all that I'll have left to share. And on my way out, I'll say this one final prayer, that the angels cry teardrops, teardrops of gold that will flow like a river to carry my soul, that will flow like a river to carry my soul. Thank you. We have had a wonderful time sharing this music with you tonight. And if you go to martywendell.com, you will see the dates that we've got for our concert tour for 2021. We're hoping that by the time these dates occur, we'll be able to be back with you. And we'll keep you informed and up to date, martywendell.com. So we're going to leave you with music and wish you all the best. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll look forward to seeing you down the road. I was standing by my window on a cold and cloudy day when I saw that hearse come rolling to carry my mother away. Will the circle be unbroken? By and by, Lord, by and by. There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Now I followed close behind him, tried to hold up and be brave. I could not hide my sorrow when they laid her in the grave. Will the circle be unbroken? By and by, Lord, by and by. There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. One more time, I want to give a nice thanks to my tour band, Joe Benevento on the bass, Keith Woodard on the keyboard, Mark Shalonis on drums, Hillary Wendell on back and harmony, my son Sean Wendell on lead guitar. Now will the circle be unbroken? By and by, Lord, by and by. There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Now will the circle be unbroken? By and by, Lord, by and by. There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. In the sky, Lord, in the sky. Good night. Thank you so much.